Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cerulean Hills, this little corner. Hope everyone's having a good day. Given that I hit you with a barrage of waffle in the last one, I'm going to go straight ahead and jump into the quest with Purple today. I guess this would be the one to just sort of wrap up the series like we tend to do, just show you a few quests at the cap. I'm hoping this might show that unlike many a tank build, because he is in the tank sort of spec now, I'm hoping this might show that he's perfectly capable of going through at least the softer legendary content on a reasonable level on his own. So here goes nothing. I'm probably pushing the boat out a bit trying this on 6. We might struggle a bit against bosses, but let's give it a go. So as you've seen, if you saw the last episode, the waffle, shall we call it, you'll have seen that he has a reasonable numbers on the spell power side, nothing amazing.
By its long abandoned rear entrance. Foxpaw came here to find some sort of sacred bounty. It's time for you to figure out just what that
So leading with the leading with the wrong spell, that's not good. I was trying to lead with the shield throw. Try and lead with the shield throw, well, in situations with other people around to make opponents helpless. But in this situation, we can hit the right key. We can get extra damage in by doing that. I'm making an absolute mess of this because the keys, I've changed a few of the keys. Hit a couple of heals. Now can we see there? Paralyzed with fear. So that's a good indication that the thing's working. Would be nice to see one or two of those. Right, that was terrible. So F, leading with the F key. Yeah, I've been doing the snowstorm thing, which, while nice to have, is not what I was trying to lead with. I've got to be careful as well because I don't have a freedom of movement spell. It's all with the little bottle from the Champion Hunter weekend. So if I get caught without freedom of movement, I'm going to get buggered up by my own spell. Can we try the old... No, he saved. Every now and again I meet something with a really pathetic will save and have a bit of a party that my absolute zero still works on something. So I'm guessing 66 would be our tentacle save. So pretty rubbish for a legendary level, but maybe the odd thing with a low strength could get caught in it. Try and keep the temp hit points up. Oh! I forgot where the opponents were. That doesn't help. At least you can see from all this I haven't done any trial runs. Straight in, warts and all. Look at the number of temp hit points we've got there, by the way. That's pretty impressive. Have you got a low will save? Please have a low will save. No. I don't think Black Razor's very impressed. Oh, crud. That was better. So hit them straight away with the shield and then get all the damage in against helpless opponents. see a couple of, well, more than a couple of triggers of the paralysing fear there, which is lovely. They're not immune to cold, which is also lovely. But you can also see on the bad side that crown absolutely hammered, as we had thousands of temp hit points and he just chewed through it, didn't he? Shall we just... No, we won't.
A faint clanking can be heard echoing down the hallway. Why is the sound of gears heard inside a temple devoted to the
Another
goddess of
crown.
magic?
Is there only you, sir? Oh, Despair Reaper. Okay. Get the AoEs down. We're not doing too bad against them, are we? It's the crowns I seem to struggle against most. That was a nice little freeze. That's off our own crown. Top the hit points up in between encounters. Now that seemed to do rather nicely, those tentacles. I think one thing I need to be aware of here, we are not in the evergreen mantle anymore, and so the spell points are really going down. Tell you what I'll do with these. I'll just see if I can just path of least resistance them. Hopefully they don't come down. I'll have a sneaky go at this shrine, I think.
Don't dawdle. We're here to reap souls, not kill time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, note to self next time, have 1 or 2 warm-up quests before firing up the recording. This has been quite a shambles so far, but we haven't died, so it's got to be a good indication for the strength of the build. Now, note to self, I haven't got the freedom of movement, so I can't use the... Let's use the other storm instead, when the freedom of movement is not... Yeah, freedom of movement is on cooldown. The more friendly storm. I think that's everything, isn't it? Okay. Nice little... So even there, you wouldn't think a shield guardian could be subject to fear, would you? So there's some weird triggers sometimes with that thing. Again, some nice triggers of the... Oh, and the Reaper frozen there as well. See that? Nice stuff. Right, now this boss, I think, as far as I know, is dealing in electric type stuff. So
coming from the area ahead.
We should be okay. Because we have, if you saw the last episode, we have something like 85% electric absorb. So I'll try the cold dots on him. Is he immune to cold? No, he's not. Trying to stack up Nyax on him at the moment. Yeah, I think we can see. I'm going to struggle with a boss beat down, but so too is he going to struggle against us. Yeah, I think we're going to get him. Now, of course, if I had somebody, any kind of damage dealer in the background and I was just... are we able to intimidate this thing? No, I think as he's classed as some kind of mechanical, we can't intimidate him. But the... You see there, 208, 10 hit points, that's the... that's our ticking aura. I think between that and the odd little top-up heal, I probably don't need to maintain a big level of 10 hit points. Just focus on chipping him down and I think we'll be alright. Put the freedom of movement back on, now we have it. This is where something like Wellspring of Power would have come in handy, but I guess with all this kind of thing you always get into the situation, how much tankiness do I remove for this or that. I think this shows as well that 6 is probably in most cases a bridge too far, at least in terms of speed for this this build. 4 would be a reasonable compromise, I think, between speed and slowly losing the will to live on most legendary content. Trying to get some more cold dot. So I've not put well, I've used the Shard Storm, which obviously gives 10 HP, but I've not done much else, and we've very rarely looked like getting pummeled by him. Yeah, quite happy at that. Can we try and tackle these? Oh, we've got a Reaper as well there, okay. Managed to freeze one of the Guardians. Nice. Lovely.
The air grows warm here, where the light streams in from above the stone circle. A single massive apple rests on the ground beside you.
So again, first time Reaper bonuses at the cap are not insignificant. I mean, that was normally if there's a couple of you, or if you have a damage dealing character, you can get through that in 4 or 5 minutes easy. And about 4,000 Reaper XP, that's with no bonuses or anything. Well, he's got a Master's gift, but that's it.
Glittering treasure. Little good it did for the ones you killed to claim it.
So once I began to press the right keys, I think we were a bit better off. I'll skip the Rosemary's house quest because that needs a sort of a roguey thing to be done quicker, doesn't it? I'll go straight, in the interests of saving time, I'll go straight to the abandoned mine shaft, is it? Nothing to do with the fact that's full of cold creatures and might give us a bit of an easier run.
The old mine here has long since collapsed. Someone must have dug one too many times.
Okay. Now, I need the fire one, don't I? So we're going with that one. It's costing us a bit of health overall, but the best fire absorption we can have.
You've arrived at the main shaft of the abandoned mine. Security constructs shuffle around nearby, still active long after the move. A note placed above the lever reads, "Entry to mine 2A is forbidden due to collapsed floor, dangerous terrain, and
Okay,
hostile
come on then if you're
creatures."
coming.
The rotting wood snaps as you step on it, dropping on the front. You don't see any way to get back.
Can I try the absolute zero on that? No. I think he saved. So they do get a save. Now that, by the letter of the law, he should have been dead without save, shouldn't he, from absolute zero? So that's a shame. We did manage to freeze the big guy though. Can absolute zero work on you? No. So it does allow a save, and I think that's wrong. It's not working as should. So the wiki is right. It's bugged, unfortunately. But unless these people have evasion, our cold stuff should be doing well here. I tried to sneaky trap the soul just in case, but that didn't work either. Happy chest.
Baubles and flummery. Distractions from the inevitable.
A nearby Canith crystal.
Okay, now what can we
hums
do
with magical
here?
energy.
Spellcraft,
It's
happy
connected to
days.
a barrier that blocks the path forward. The barrier fades, and a
Right,
wave of
now
searing
what?
heat buffets your face.
Yeah,
An
we are going to
ancient
go with the
magma
dots
fort
here,
lumbers
aren't we?
about in a large chamber.
Now, how hard is this one going to hit us? More to the point, how hard can we hit him? Try and get this encounter done with. He's not taking purple damage from the cold, unfortunately. That's a real shame. Gotta get used more to hitting those temp hit points when needed. Keep an eye on the old mana bar as well. Hitting the shield throw when I've got lesser creatures in, so the lesser ones got stunned there, allowed me to mop them up quite nicely. Not so bad, not so bad. For comparison, my druid would complete that in half the time, 2 levels higher, but for a tanky build, that's not bad at all.
The something old yet new that Capstone was sent here to collect.
The last one, God, we'll call this the one, the showdown. I gave him a big billing last time with the druid, this boss, and he bugged out, didn't he, more or less, if you remember, if you saw that one. But this time, yeah, this could be really rough.
The local orcs have transformed this cave into a shrine. Something glimmers nearby. It must be one of the visions revealed by the Gatekeeper's spell. A groan from the nearby cot shows that this orc elder is alive, though not in any condition to receive guests.
Okay, let's go get stuck in. Let's try and lead with tentacles. Oh, they took a nice chunk, didn't they, for being helpless? Nice job, yes. More, please. I think there is some saving going on, of course there is, but there's also the shield throw in particular is leading us to do quite a lot of extra damage with that 4-second window of helplessness it gives. Now birds you would think would have low strength, so maybe tentacles could do alright against these. Yes, yes! I think that was okay. Nice job. Now of course, me being me, I've forgotten to gear for the cheaty way through here. We do have invis spell, but I do not have bears and bulls things, so I'm going to have to go the long way round here. That's pretty good. Not bad at all. So trying to use the tentacles and the shield throw to pin them in place for my other AoEs, the Tempest and the blast and Dragon's vortex thing. Oh lovely, extra little freezy bonus there. So as mentioned in the past, Plague Reaper, not too fussed, because 10 hit points is 10 hit points, and the plague doesn't really have any effect on that.
Ahead is a small fountain, flanked by 2 large bears. Fortunately for you, these particular bears are stuffed.
Oh, don't go that way. Let's go this way first. Yeah, that shield thing's working quite nicely. We're definitely getting the helpless trigger on that, aren't we? And I think the roar from the draconic tree, the daunting roar, we're seeing some triggers. That's the green paralysing thing. We're seeing enough triggers of that to make it worth having. Especially when questing alone, anything that can be made more or less helpless is a big bonus to us. It's something that's not hammering away at us. Can we get everybody in here, please? Oh, you're not going to come, are you? Okay, we'll start again here. That Fear Reaper's rather buggered up my strategy here. You see another trigger of the paralysing thing there. Yeah, it's doing rather well, that. Happy. Okay, we're going to bypass all that rubbish. We can do invis now and just fly across here, I think. Oh, really? Okay. Carnage Reaper. Oh, and Vengeance Reaper. Oh my god. Did I say we were going to bypass everything? We're going to have to put some temp hit points in here. I'm in danger of triggering these birds as well. Circle. Can we get rid of the carnage? Another circle. I think the carnage is gone. Did that circle blow up with me in it? No, it can't have done. Else I'd be dead. Okay, well that was interesting. And here come the birds. Lovely triggers again. I'm more than pleased with that raw thing. Maybe it's the one time I've made a bit of a plan for Epic and it's come to fruition. I think it's been a lot better than I'd planned for, perhaps in part because I didn't realise it worked on the aura, pulsing aura as well. Oh, despair. Can we convince you to come and join us out here? No, we can't, can we? Can I try and get rid of you before all the rubbish starts happening? Nope. Just gonna have to get rid of you with the boss. We do have a lot of temp HP. Now if we do get into some panic here, we do have the real epic moment, don't we? That I could demonstrate. Let's demonstrate it here. There you go. So 10,000 temp hit points. He hits very hard, doesn't he? Should I actually be standing up to him here, or should I just be kiting him round a little bit? Yeah, he's hitting more than I can probably heal. And I'm not doing very much to him either, am I? Is he immune to anything? Is he immune to the cold, in fact? No? No, I don't think he is. So this is irresistible force meets immovable object. Now this thing has absolutely hammered me. Well, you've seen it in the past, albeit on a slightly higher difficulty. Again, shield throw against the birds, very good. Couldn't quite get rid of them all, and now I'm in trouble for that. Let's put the stanch on. So his healing amp is good enough that even at Reaper 6 he's able to get some use out of the 2 little heals that we've got. Now if I had other people with me, of course, I could focus a lot less on the damage side and just focus completely on my own hit point pool and optimizing the temp hit points there. We're doing okay, we're up around the 4,000 still. He's never looked like killing us, has he? So I'm quite pleased with this. And he does put out some nasty damage, so I think he's a fair barometer of where we're at. Now spell point wise, obviously I would have done far less attempting to deal damage, and I would have kept everything, you know, to spell-like abilities and healing stuff to give us much more time, if time were needed in this situation, for other people to help beating the thing down. As it is, I'm aware that the spell points are low. I should just restock them, shouldn't I, instead of being a muppet. Come on, you aren't beating us today. At least I hope you're not. It'll be a proper egg on face moment. Lovely. So I think the takeaway from that, given this is the softest legendary chain, that he could probably do decently in the softer stuff on Reaper 4. That is the, you know, complete stuff in a reasonable time. The 6 is kind of stretching it a bit. I just did it to test the survivability as well, which looks to me to be pretty decent.
You found what the initiate was sent to retrieve. The skull of an orc elf.
So I think broadly speaking he could, I've seen it in the past with him. He's been sitting in the middle of a pile of things, and a lot of the stuff that he has just chips away slowly at the group, you know, helping the group's damage overall, while the bigger damage dealers do their thing from a safer distance. So I think it's a nice enough character to have, particularly for you know, if there are one or two sort of low or first life and not particularly well geared folk in the group, just as a bit of a crutch to lean on. But the other side of things I hope to follow up with sometime, either as a test on his own or actually in a raid. I mean, there are one or two things we could try. We could try going into the Dryad raid and just seeing how we can do for 10 minutes on our own with those horses. See if we can keep the attention away from the thing in the middle. And we could try going into killing time and standing on our own against that dragon. Now with the electric absorb we've got, I'll be disappointed if we can't at least try that on Legendary Hard. But I guess I've been disappointed before. Right, well, broadly speaking, I'm reasonably happy with that. I had in mind I wanted him to be able to do reasonably well on the lower legendaries in Reaper 4, and I think he's going to be able to achieve that. And the tentacles seems to be, I mean, the fact that I haven't let it go completely on that conjuration save seems to be doing a little bit. You can usually tell it makes a noise, doesn't it, when they've been hit, and they take significantly more damage than they would if they were just sitting in there moving slowly but making all the saves. So I think the fact it's on a strength save, a bit of a different thing than the norm, is maybe helping us there too, to make use of that side of things. Yeah, broadly speaking, I'm happy with him. could you, with a lot less investment, do nicely in Legendary Reaper 6 with a standard damage dealing build? Of course, yes. But I don't think it would have the sort of utility that I hope this will. I hope it will be able to go into some raids or into a party role where, as mentioned, the others are not quite so robust, shall we say. I mean, this would be perfect, as I've mentioned, for a character like my little Red, who gets absolutely hammered. I mean, that thing we've just faced there would have killed Red in very short order. But equally, if he was allowed to stand still and do his shooting, he could have killed it in equally short order. So, yeah, maybe I might try and find one or two of these types of characters and see how high we can push the boundaries. Because of course, if somebody can kill things really fast, then you can start upping the difficulty, because that means the incoming damage is not nearly so much. Okay, I think I've shown everything I wanted to there. I think we can see the effect of the daunting roar is doing quite well, isn't it? Every time that green outline comes up on the enemies, that's one of those daunting roar triggers. So I think I got a lot more than I bargained for with that. It's triggering perhaps on the energy vortex thing, which I guess it should. It's classed as a dragon breath, but also on the aura, which is kind of triggering for free because it's just doing it anyway, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's been to say that it was just a thing taken because we had to be in the tree anyway. I think that's worked out really nicely. Perhaps even the find of this life, because there's always one thing that sort of stands out, isn't there? Yeah, I'd say that was it for this time around. That daunting roar. Right. Thank you very much as always for looking. I hope to be back sometime in the future with one or two little bits and pieces from the raid side of things, because that was kind of a goal, or maybe with a bit of content with one or two other characters, if I can find some suitable folk to join. Hope you enjoyed the journey. And you specifically, Doc, did that give you any food for thought? Is it maybe something you might consider in the future? I guess time will tell. Take care.